Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Skye Fox. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Welcome to your collective reading. Today we're going to be looking into the energies and the messages from your spirit guides that have been wanting to come through. I've been feeling a very strong pull to be doing this reading, and we're going to pull some cards and we're going to figure out what's going on. So today I have this chunk, this big old beast. I have soul cards 1 and 2. And then we're going to be pulling some tarot cards from the Shimmering Veil Tarot by Silicon Way. I should know the artist of who Soul Cards is by. I apologize, I don't know the name off the top of my head. And yes, I am going to shuffle this whole beast together. What have your spirit guides been trying to tell you? What have you maybe been not paying attention to from your spirit guides, or have noticed the message but have resisted the message? What do your spirit guides need you to know to up level in your life now? This is a collective reading, so it will resonate who it's meant to resonate with. So hopefully if this video has found you, being guided by spirit, your guides, synchronicity, however you want to call that. And you can trust that this video has found you for a reason. So just be open. Just be open to what's coming through. Check in, see how it feels in your body, how it feels in your heart. And let's just see. Let's be curious. These soul cards are so evocative. They're so beautiful. They have no meanings. So even as you're hearing the words of what I'm seeing in the cards, what is this card seeing to you? How is this card speaking to you? What's jumping out immediately for me is a lot of relationship, a lot of love. This could be a message from your spirit guides of needing you to focus on your relationships right now, on the quality of your relationships. There's definitely an entanglement and intertwinement. For some of you, this could be your relationship with yourself or your relationship with your spirit guides. Like you've been craving a relationship with your spirit guides. You've been desiring it and have not necessarily felt like you've not felt the connection. And maybe it's because You're building up an expectation of what that relationship is supposed to look like. Like you want the relationship with your spirit guides to be very grandiose, to be in your face, big, loud, like tangible, like in reality, in this physical reality. But what I feel like your spirit guides are saying to you right now is this is a relationship that is much more subtle. So we really need to slow down to be able to pay attention to that. Your spirit guides are looking you right in your face. It's like they're looking you right in your face, and maybe you just don't see them because you're too focused in looking at it in this one specific way. So what do you need to do to slow down, to be open to the messages that are already coming through from your spirit guides? Because our spirit guides are always with us. They are always communicating with us, always sending us messages. And as human beings, we just get so distracted and so caught up in the illusion of physical reality. And not to denote anything, or not to denote physical reality and like it is somehow less than, it's just another part of the pattern of this experience. And I feel like that's one group of people, of kind of what's coming through with this image here. And then I feel like there's another situation going on still with relationships, but this is more about your relationships with other human beings, particularly romantic relationships. And there's an entanglement with the emphasis that we're putting on relationships in general. And your spirit guides are really wanting you to be mindful of that right now, of what expectations and what pressures are you putting onto your intimate relationships and what you are expecting them to give you. It feels like they're like you're lost without these relationships, or you have this maybe loss of a sense of identity of who am I without this relationship. And not saying, and I'm not bringing this up and saying this, or this isn't coming through to say that you need to cut these relationships off, but there needs to be a recalibration. There needs to be sort of a separation between you and this person so that you have room to breathe. You have room to spread your wings. You have room to explore what it is that this life is offering you. And what is wanting to be birthed from you? What does your heart want to say? Not showing up in a way that you think that this other relationship or this other person wants you to show up and be like for them. Or there's this chameleon effect. There's this blending in to try to be there's this blending that is happening where there's almost a loss of a sense of identity because we are trying to just match the energy of the relationships that are showing up. But these relationships, and what your spirit guides are wanting you to know right now, is that these relationships are asking you to show up in a very authentic way. They're asking for your spirit, your unique imprint, your thoughts, your ideas. So do things and take time to do what it is that you want to do that is outside of the influence of another person, I feel like is the punchline for what wants to come through with that. Okay. Okay. Let's see what other information we can get. What else needs to come through for this collective reading from your spirit guides? What needs to come through? So we have the 10 of air that's laying right underneath of this card right here. 10 of air. We also have the Ace of Pentacles, the 1 of earth, and the 7 of earth. Okay. In the most loving way, I'm trying to think of how I can say this in the most compassionate, like yet truthful way that I can. So 10 of air, it's 10 of swords, right? So it's this energy of overkill. It's this finality. It's this energy of betrayal, of being stabbed in the back, of being the victim of circumstance. And I feel like what this is saying, because the 10 of swords, look at this. The 10 of air, looking at this Ace of Pentacles right now, there's like a refusing. There's a refusing to look at the new opportunity that is in front of you right now. Sometimes you can get very comfortable being in this story of what has happened and the way that things have always been, and it keeps us in this cycle because we want to validate how difficult the experience has been, or we want to, like for the case of, for those of you where your spirit guides are right here, I mean, all of us are right here, but for those of you that have been wanting to seek that communication from your spirit guides, that have wanted to open up that channel and be more in alignment with the frequencies, there's a block because of the way that things have not worked out, or maybe you've been criticized for your spiritual gifts in the past, or they have made you afraid, or they have made you feel like you won't be accepted for your gifts, or that, ooh, what is that? That you won't be accepted for your gifts, or that by leaning into these gifts, that it will somehow cause destruction. And if we are going to hold on to that same paradigm, if you are going to hold on to that paradigm, then the abundance of this tangible connection that can come through will not be revealed if we choose to stay in the same story. And we have this energy of the seven of air, not the seven of air, the seven of earth. Just funny, this seven of earth has been coming up a lot. I think seven of pentacles, seven of earth has come up in all of the collective reading, the last two that I've done. And there's been the seven of pentacles energy coming through. Look at this beautiful artwork though. Yeah, so, and look at how the 10 of air, the person in the 10 of air is facing away from the 7 of pentacles, like refusing to see the beauty, refusing to see the sunrise, refusing to be at peace and contentment and in awe and in wonderment with the natural world. And it feels like that's the key right there, is we need to tell ourselves, you need to tell yourself what this is. You need to tell yourself a new story. You need to tell yourself that this moment is beautiful, that this moment has purpose, that this moment has beauty and awe and wonderment, and really lean into the curiosity. Imagine what it would be like. Imagine what it would be like if, so some of you need to do, some of you need to do this. Not to tell anybody what to do, but like, it feels like there is a spirit guide right now that is in front of you that is saying, take a pause, take a breath, and just imagine what it would look like if I was right in front of you right now. What kind of conversations would we be having? What is it that you could imagine that I would want to be telling you right now? And you can either just do this in your head as a visualization conversation sort of thing back and forth. You can write this down as an automatic writing thing in a journal. You could record yourself just doing like a voice note, imagining that you are in the position of your spirit guide and just speaking whatever message of what it is that wants to come through. We have the 5 of water. We have the 5 of water at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, so it feels, and so, okay. In the imagination of communicating with your spirit guides, that will open up a whole new opportunity and window of understanding. And if it feels like you're just making it up, if it feels like you're just playing around, that's okay. I'm just playing around right now with some cards and just talking about, you know, what's coming up and what's coming through. And this 5 of water was kind of saying, hey, there's this other group over here. Remember this other group of people that are needing this message and this collective reading. in relation to the entanglement of interpersonal relationships in our lives, your spirit guides are here to help you process your grief. I believe that I was saying before in the reading that there's this chameleon effect, there's this blending in, there's this trying to just camouflage yourself, and there's been a loss of a sense of identity. I feel like that's what this Five of Cups is, or Five of Water is speaking to here. And some of you are probably going through a breakup right now. Not all of you, but some of you. Some of you are needing a recalibration of your relationship so that you're not doing that chameleon thing, you're not doing the camouflage thing, blending into your partner. And some of you have definitely been betrayed by a partner and are having a hard time letting go of this relationship. And your spirit guides are here to help you process this grief, to process this loss. And how are they going to do that? How do your spirit guides want to help you? How are they going to be showing up for you, and how are they helping you right now as you are transitioning, as you are diving deep into yourself, letting these emotions flow through you? How are your spirit guides showing up for you right now? We have the Warrior of Earth, or the Knight of Pentacles. The Warrior of Earth. Wow. I'm just blown away by this artwork. So your spirit guides are saying that they are willing to help you, but that they can only meet you halfway. So what are you doing? What action are you taking in your tangible reality in order to be an active participant in this healing process? And it's okay if it takes time. It's okay if the action that you take doesn't cause immediate relief, or doesn't solve everything right now, and doesn't fix anything. I think that's what's really important to come through right here, right here, is that there's not necessarily something to fix. There wasn't a good guy, there wasn't a bad guy. You weren't a good person or a bad person or like unworthy of love. It's just life and circumstance, and we come into this experience with soul contracts, in my opinion, to play out different stories and different dynamics, and not justifying the actions of other people, especially if you feel like you've been wronged or you feel like you've been a victim of your relationship or what a partner has done or not done. But there needs to be an understanding that that says more about them than it does about you and your worthiness and your ability to receive love and to be in relationship with other people. I feel like this Warrior of Wands is really asking you to get into sacred space, whatever that looks like for you, and have an honoring, having a ritual to say goodbye. And even if you're not, separating from a romantic relationship, or it's like maybe you've just been going through a rough patch with your partner, this call to be in ritual from your spirit guides is still very much applicable, from the power of what ritual can provide, even if it's just sitting down with your partner, lighting a candle and having an honest conversation as the flame burns between you two. Or maybe it's writing a letter, or if you are separating from somebody, maybe it's writing a letter of how it is that you really, really feel about everything that happened, and putting it all out on the paper, and then burning that paper and allowing your spirit guides to release that through the flame, release that through the fire for you. Definitely spending time in nature. Your spirit guides are asking you to get outside, and thank God here in the Northern Hemisphere, we're coming into, we're in springtime now, so it's a lot easier for some of us that have been in the winter to get outside and to feel the new life that is budding. But this is how your spirit guides are going to assist you, is by meeting you halfway with the action that you're taking in the physical world, and tuning into the sacredness, tuning into the ritual of what wants to come through when you shift your perspective and decide to come into sacred space. Who's on the bottom of the deck now? The Queen of Water. I can't show that one for very long from the YouTubes, but yeah, it's a call to ask you to step into your intuition by coming into this sacred space, by taking action in the physical world. It's going to open you up emotionally. It's going to open you up intuitively. And so make conscious decisions and choose to take sacred action in the physical, to be able to open up the emotional, intuitive inner worlds, because they both have a relationship with each other. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I hope that made sense. I feel like that's kind of what's coming through right now. So let's pull one more soul card as just a final message from Spirit, from your spirit guides. And we shall see. Huge. Okay. Yeah, you guys are just getting blasted right now with love from your spirit guides. Like, your spirit guides really want you to know that they are here with you, and they are supporting you, and they are giving you their full power. They are giving you their full power, and it is just up to you to shift your frequency, to shift your awareness to from this closed space of not, of without, of lack, and shifting and tuning into this in an imaginative way, shifting and tuning into more of the energy of yes, I am open, I am willing to receive, I am open to the connection and the love from spirit, from my spirit guides that are coming into me right now. Like, yes, I accept this truth. I accept that this is truth, and you can tell yourself a new story. So, because yeah, I mean, like, what, like blasted, it's this energy is coming in in this continuous stream, and we have to just be able to show up to it. We have to be able to open our eyes to it, or open our hearts to it, and decide that this is something that we are letting into our life. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's just take a minute to say thanks for this sacred space. Thank you to the guides that have come through for this collective to channel this message. Thank you to my guides, my higher self. Thank you to the higher self of all beings involved. May this message resonate with those who it is meant for. And I give a whole lot of gratitude for being in this space and being able to share this. I hope it helped in some way. I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you so much. Bye.